In today's video, I'm going to share with you my morning routine that helps me start my day productively and get so much more done. Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Shawon, and my mission is to help women entrepreneurs build a brand and business they love so they can amplify their impact and increase their bottom line. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more weekly business tips and inspiration to grow your business. All right, let's dive into today's video. A lot of people ask me, how am I able to get so much done in a day as a small business owner? And the real secret behind my productivity is my morning routine. It's simple, but it has been effective. And this didn't just start overnight. I was at a photography workshop back in 2015, and someone recommended the book, The Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents by Elrod. Now, if you're not a real estate agent, don't be deterred by the title, because trust me, there are so many nuggets inside of this book, and I highly recommend it. One of the big takeaways from the book is the Savers method. And the Savers method stands for, the S stands for silence, the A stands for affirmations, V is visualization, E is exercise, R is reading, and S is scribing. And this method I have used I've taken out bits and pieces of it throughout the years and applied it in my own way. And I also say this to you, no matter what tips I'm sharing or tips that someone else may share, always use and pull out what applies to you during your particular season of life, right? And I'll also say this too, just because I'm sharing these tips, don't think that I do things perfectly. Every day sometimes can be different. Some days I am consistent and go through my morning routine. Others I'm not. So I just wanted to throw that out there to you as well, because when we do set up routines or we put habits in place, there are going to be times when we may not do them all in order or consistently every single day. The key here is to have routines and habits in place so that when you do have those times where you're feeling a little bit off track, you know exactly what you need to do to get back on track and get your routine going again. That is one thing that I constantly remind myself of as I go through different seasons of life. Some seasons may be busier than others, but just remember, when you put these routines and habits into place, it's okay if you have a day or two where you get off track, but you're able to get back on track because you have these things in place to work for you. My morning routine starts with the early rise and shine. I am usually up between 5 and 5:30. 6 o'clock would be the latest. I haven't been setting an alarm lately. I automatically wake up. I have always been an early riser. I am definitely not a night owl. 8:30, I am like snoozing off and getting ready to like go down for the evening. But rising early is definitely the first part of my morning routine. It makes a difference when I'm able to rise early. It definitely made a huge difference when my kids were younger. Rising early gave me that time of silence before the house started stirring. I really had that time to sit and go through some of my other morning routine steps here, or things that I do for my morning routine, which I'm going to get to. But rising early is the first thing that starts my morning routine, kicks my day off in a good place. So after I'm up, I will head downstairs, and this part of my morning routine is where I pray, I read something, and I also write. This year one of the things that I've been writing in is the Write the Word journal, Refresh Your Mind, from Cultivate What Matters. I absolutely love this journal. This year I felt that I wanted to stay like in a place of just working on my mindset, right? So I've talked about affirmations before, which I'll get to in a minute. But mindset, what am I putting in my mind, especially at the start of the day? And I have really enjoyed using this Write the Word journal. And then I'll also use this 5-minute journal. I've been using this for the longest time, and I absolutely love it because If you are short on time, and that's another thing I think I'll say when it comes to having a morning routine, don't feel that it needs to be like a certain length of time, or it needs to take forever, because it doesn't. It really doesn't. I think what counts is how you are starting your day and your intentions of how you're starting your day. So the 5-minute journal is just what it says. It takes you about 5 minutes, 10 minutes max, depending on how my thoughts are flowing, especially when I get to the second prompt, which I'll get to in a second. But at the top of each page are little quotes. One that I enjoyed reading this week, let me just go to one really fast. Oh, I love this one. Life is a story we create moment by moment. I love that. So at the top of each page is a little quote, or it might be an action item of something for you to do. Today's action item was call your mom, dad, or any other family member you care about just to say hi. That was a weekly challenge that's listed at the top of today's page. So I like the thoughtfulness and the intention too that is implemented within the 5-minute journal itself. But moving on to what else I do during this time with the 5-minute journal. So you have the quote or the challenge at the top of the page, and then you go through this series of prompts. I am grateful for. You write down 3 things that you are grateful for. So going back to that, starting your day in a place of gratitude. And then what would make today great? This always gets me going. Like, what would make this day great today? So writing down those 3 things. And then daily affirmations. I am writing down an affirmation. Oh my gosh, so powerful to give your mind something to think on. And I noticed as I was preparing for this video for today, I was going through some of my Google documents, like going down. You don't need to know all of this, but I pulled up, I had a miracle morning folder in my Google documents and saw my affirmations that I printed out from 2015 that I started using when I read the book, The Miracle Morning, that I referenced at the beginning. And I remember at that time, I would take my affirmations and I had them glued on the back of my vision board, and I would read through that set of affirmations too. So I'm just throwing that out there, and to show you too how my morning routine has ebbed and flowed, and I've made changes to it throughout the years. But I thought today, when I was preparing for this video, I said, oh man, I think I want to go back through and rewrite these things as they apply to me today. They were like different sections, like purpose and your family and what does success look like for you. And I think those are things that I want to make sure I keep my mind on and that I am affirming each day. But in this journal, I do love that there is a prompt for you to write down a daily affirmation here. And then at the end of the journal, there are 2 more prompts. One is for your evening routine, which I've been working on my evening routine habit this year. But for the evening routine in this journal there are 2 prompts. One is for you to write down 3 amazing things that happened today. I love that. Oh my gosh. Sometimes we can go through the day and it's like, what happened today? What did I do? But this journal has implemented a space for you to think on the day and pull out 3 amazing things that happened today. And then the last one on this page is how could I have made today even better? Oh my goodness. All right, so that's my 5-minute journal. I go through this almost every day as part of my morning routine. And the last part of my morning routine before I head home, and this has been a good week. Cheryl, if you're watching this, this has been a good week. The last part of my morning routine is my exercise. So this week, I've already had 2 days down on my treadmill, but man, starting the day with exercise and moving my body, it helps me tremendously. And it's something that, man, when I haven't done in a while, I know exactly what I need to do to get my body back on track and feeling great in the morning. So exercise is the last part of my morning routine at home. And then once I get here to the studio, I have another set of small routines that I do before I dive into working for the day. And the first thing is to go through my life plan, looking at my big picture story, reminding myself what it is that I'm working towards, what life story I'm wanting to live in, what are we creating. I'll look at my 10, 5, and 1 year plan also. Really helps me to stay motivated and keeps me focused on the tasks that I need to be working towards in my business to move my life in the direction that I want it to go, to move my business forward in the direction that I want it to go. So I go through those, I read through those, and then I'll also look at my goals. They're in several places. I have them in a frame. I have them inside of my Power Sheets goal planner as well. So I'll read through my goals. The last thing that I'll do is to write out my top 3 tasks that I want to accomplish for the day. I have been getting better at writing those down before I leave for the end of the day. So my mind is kind of already set up, and I can just dive right into my work day. But if I haven't written those things out that I want to accomplish for the day, I will simply use this planner. Looks a little beat up, but I got this off of Amazon, and I love it because it's aligned for me in the way that I like to work in terms of pulling out the tasks, the things that I want to be working towards, right? So it has a space at the top of the planner for me to write out my top 3 tasks for the day. It also has a little section for my to-do. So those are like my secondary task. And then there's a schedule side off onto the side of the page as well. I also like this because it's not dated, so you don't feel like you're wasting any pages in it. You can put the date in at the top. Let me know in the comments below if you have a morning routine and any helpful tips that you'd like to share. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.